Hey, American contractors, viewers of the American Contractor Show. I'm here with John Dye at Win the Storm, and I have to tell you, anyone that is associated with American Contractor Show, you are a badass.
Big shout out to American Contractor Show. If you don't know, you definitely need to check out the Storm Summit. They're doing it in excellence. Check them out.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend, Francisco Serrano. If you haven't checked it out, American Contractor Show, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, you need to go them, like them, start learning about your craft.
Hey, I'm Matt Danskin with Restoration Referral System. Check out the American Contractor Show. The truck that they've got is awesome. Everything else that they have going on.
This is Larry Bache with the Merlin Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Merlin Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the for changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I as a contractor appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor who's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
Good afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Frank Gaetano here for your daily hail and wind forecast. As always, sponsored by the C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, and the American Contractor Show. Make sure you check those guys out in the description of this video. Links to their Facebook pages are in that description. Let's get right into our weather headlines today. The Oregon hail. We do have a marginal hail and wind risk for the Pacific Northwest. Oregon, parts of Idaho, Salt Lake City has a pretty low end risk, but they are in the risk area. So we'll get into that and show you what that looks like here in a minute. And then we got two areas to watch tomorrow, one in northeastern Colorado. The very western fringes of that risk might impact the Denver area. We'll have to see how things look tomorrow. And then also a late night hail threat possible in the Midwest in like Milwaukee, Chicago, Green Bay area. So we'll look at that as well. And then just our daily tropical check-in. We got a couple areas to watch where formation looks likely, so we'll get into that as well. But first, as always, we're going to talk about our events that we have coming up. We have our tailgate for OU's first official home game. They played there last week, but Tulane needed to use our facilities. So our first official home game is tomorrow. Tailgate starts at and kickoff is at 6 p.m. We're going to have free beer, free food. We're going to be doing prizes, chances to win OU Texas tickets and tickets to other OU games this year. So make sure you come out, and you got to be there to get the chances to win those prizes and tickets. So you're going to be able to go there. Being there gives you one entry to win that stuff. And also if you post on social media and tag us that you're at the tailgate having a good time, and it will be a good time, that also gives you additional entries to win those tickets. So make sure you come out tomorrow. Tailgate starts at 4 and the game starts at 6. Coming up later on, next week, next Wednesday, the Thunder Road Race for Recovery. This is an event that we are hosting at the Oklahoma Motorsports Complex to benefit roofers in recovery. Let me tell you, we've gone out to the Oklahoma Motorsports Complex and raced these. It's not just some little go-kart track indoor. It's an official outdoor go-kart track. These go-karts go fast, 50, 55 miles an hour. It is an absolute blast. So if you haven't signed up for this yet, make sure you do. You can register as an attendee or as a sponsor, and all 100% of the proceeds go to Roofers in Recovery. It's a great organization. That is next Wednesday. So we have the link in the description of this video. Make sure you sign up because, you know, you're going to want to do this. It's a lot of fun, I'm telling you. It's a really good time. And our last one that we're going to talk about is RoofCon. That's in Orlando, Florida, September 30th through October 2nd. It's going to be at the Orange County Convention Center, and you can get 10% off your RoofCon ticket if you use the code HAILYEAH when you sign up for your RoofCon tickets. So make sure you get that done as well. Let's take a look at our current conditions around the country. Beautiful across most of the country. It's going to be a really nice day across most of the country. Well, we're going to look at the precip that's going on in the Pacific Northwest. We have this area of showers and some weak storms moving off to the northeast, and this area of clearing behind it is where the ascent is moving in later this afternoon, and that's going to be the focus for our storms that develop later this afternoon in the Pacific Northwest. Well, let's take a look at the temperatures around the country. Again, it's just beautiful. 80s, 70s, like anywhere from Idaho points east. We're having a great day in the country today, so make sure you get outside. If you don't have to work, I know you guys work a lot, but if you don't have to work, get outside, enjoy the day. We're going to look at the radar for what we're expecting in the Pacific Northwest today. So this is what is looking to be going on now. This is what the forecast radar was predicting would be going on now. Let's move that forward, and around 4:30 p.m. in the Central Time, so this is going to be 2:30 p.m. Pacific Time, we do start seeing those scattered storms popping up just around the Bend, Oregon area. They're going to be working their way to the northeast. We do have some weaker storms down here. I think the wind risk down towards the southeast of our main hail risk over here is going to be more of an outflow risk. Not super strong thunderstorms, but can get some 60-mile-an-hour outflow gusts from those storms. Let's move this through as those storms continue off to the north and east through the evening. A couple of storms lingering around the Salt Lake City area. Their main risk is probably going to be around 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. tonight, but again, it's going to be mainly outflow gusts from just general thunderstorms in the area. And what's our hail forecast going to look like graphically? Well, we only have the one area to look at, so let's zoom in on there. And only really one area at risk, mainly for hail today of population. It's going to be Bend, Oregon. Maybe at the very eastern fringes of our hail risk will Boise, Idaho have kind of a risk, but mainly it's going to be wind risk for Boise, Idaho. Now let's take a look at what our wind risk is going to look like for that area. Same general area, just a little broader on the wind risk. Bend, you're still in there, low end risk for Boise, and like I said earlier, a low end risk for outflow gusts in Salt Lake City. Let's move on to tomorrow. Got a couple of radars to look at here. Like I mentioned before, Colorado is in the risk tomorrow. Let's see what happens as the future radar pushes the radar through. We do see storms popping up tomorrow afternoon around 2:30 p.m. local time, 3:30 Central, coming off the Front Range in northern Colorado and pushing their way northeastward through the evening. And it doesn't look like it's going to be too crazy as of right now. It's a pretty low-end marginal risk, but hopefully things can ramp up tomorrow and we can see that risk actually tick back a little bit to the west and get more of Denver into the risk. But we'll have to see what happens. And then we're going to see what this shows. This wasn't showing anything early. It's a pretty conditional risk for tomorrow night. We do see a couple showers going through in the late night hours that we saw here just a moment ago, but it's not really showing any storms. So tomorrow night is going to be a conditional risk for mainly elevated hailstorms. So there's going to be hailstorms that are rooted above the boundary layer, where the instability is above the surface, and you can actually get some decent sized hail with those, but it's a pretty low-end conditional risk right now, so we'll have to see how that looks as we go into tomorrow. And this is what the hail forecast that I put together shows right now. I'm putting up to $half size hail for tomorrow evening and overnight hours. Low-end risk for Chicago, low-end risk for Madison, and a low-end risk for Green Bay. Like I said, the risk is conditional, so we'll have to see how things pan out tomorrow. The models aren't really picking up on the precip yet, so we're just going to have to see how things pan out. And then for our wind forecast, like I said, northeastern Colorado is the area to watch. Oh, my graphic did not update, so I apologize for that. This is going to move around a lot. Here we go. Sorry about that, guys. My graphic did not update, but like I said, northeastern Colorado is going to be the main risk area for tomorrow. Hopefully that risk can tick back westward towards the Aurora and Denver area. We'll have to keep an eye on that for tomorrow. Here's our 5-day tropical outlook. We do have a high percentage chance, 70% chance on the 5-day of a formation happening in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. The disturbance is currently in the Western Caribbean, projected to cross land right here, and then we're going to expect formation here. Not really looking at landfall right now. Generally, things are showing it moving into northern Mexico there. But we're going to keep an eye on that, and we're going to work our way out to the west. We do expect the disturbance to come off the coast of Africa by tomorrow, and 50% chance within the next 2 days of formation, and again, a high chance of 70% for formation. And then we'll have to see what happens once formation occurs. It's still a little too early to tell where these things are going to go. Models haven't really picked up too well on it. But we'll just have to keep an eye on this and see if this can make the long trek across the Atlantic and head towards the United States, as we can see that, you know, tropical season is still in full swing, and we're going to try to see if we can squeeze a few more storms out of this season. That's all I got for you guys today. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Click See First on Facebook if you want to be alerted when we go live. And if you want to get in contact with us, you can call us at 855-334-4245. You can email us at info@hailtrace.com. Or if you want to know more about what we can do for you or know more just about us and our staff, you can visit hailtrace.com for that. For Hail Trace, I'm meteorologist Frank Gaetano. Have a great rest of your Friday and a great rest of your weekend.